Goku is reborn as the great sage equal to heaven? Original fan manga. Goku is reborn with all his memories. He shocks his parents Bardock and Gine by speaking right out of the incubator. But there's no time to celebrate, because Frieza is going to destroy planet Vegeta. Desperate, Goku begs his parents to escape with him, but Bardock insists they'd be tracked down. And so, after a heartfelt goodbye, Bardock and Gine launch baby Goku in a pod toward Earth. The pod crash lands on Mount Paozu, where Goku is found by Grandpa Gohan. Immediately, Goku leaps forward and hugs him.
Whoa, are you alright, little buddy?
Grandpa Gohan blinks in surprise.
Yeah, I missed you, Grandpa. I'm so happy to see you again.
Little Goku smiles. For Gohan, it's just a chance encounter, but for Goku, it feels like coming home. Later, Grandpa decides the boy needs a name. He spots his copy of Journey to the West, smiles, and says he'll call him Son Goku, his adoptive grandson. To Grandpa, it's simply a fitting name, one inspired by Goku's tale and his larger-than-life energy that reminds him of the Monkey King from Journey to the West. However, to Goku it means everything. He tells Grandpa that in his previous life, he had given him that same name, and that he went on to name his own son after Grandpa Gohan as a tribute. Hearing this nearly brings the old man to tears, as he realizes just how much he matters to the boy. At age 7, Goku shows Grandpa Gohan the Kaioken technique. And that same night, when he steps outside to pee, he looks up at the full moon and transforms into the Great Ape. But unlike in his previous life, Goku retains his sense of self, and even gives a goofy thumbs up to Grandpa Gohan. Then, as years pass, on Goku's 12th birthday, Bulma arrives searching for the Dragon Balls. Goku joins her, and their adventure unfolds much like the original story. However, this time, because Bulma's wish for a boyfriend comes true thanks to Yamcha, Goku is allowed to use the Dragon Balls for himself. He gets close to Shenron and whispers for planet Vegeta and all Saiyans to be restored. Shenron lingers in silence, perhaps because the wish is technically beyond his power. Yet for some reason he grants it and then disappears. Bardock and Gine immediately leave for Earth to reunite with Goku, and 2 months later they finally arrive. The reunion is emotional. Gine runs to embrace him, while Bardock tests his son with a spar. Goku shocks them by transforming into a Super Saiyan right before their eyes. But just as they're enjoying some much-needed family time, Bardock gets a call from planet Vegeta that reveals Frieza's army will invade in 4 months. With a base power level of just 10,000, Goku decides to lock in and train. First, he tells King Kai everything and trains with him for 3 months, which increases his power level to 100,000. Next, he requests Dr. Briefs for a gravity room and stays in his Super Saiyan form for a week, just like he did before the Cell Games. Once the room is ready, he spends 20 days training there, and his base power level increases to 1 million. Then, with only 3 days left before the invasion, Goku trains for 2 days in the hyperbolic time chamber. This single session increases his base power to 120 million, which is exactly equal to Frieza's maximum. When the battle takes place on planet Vegeta, Goku goes from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2, then to Super Saiyan 3, and finally even Super Saiyan God, just to aura farm. He one-shots Frieza, and as a result, the Saiyans hail him as both their king and god. Goku tells them to change their violent ways. He calls Vegeta a friend, and adds that it's nice to see him again, and after that, Goku returns to Earth. King Vegeta, in his honor, renames the planet Planet Goku. Now, with everything settled, Goku stands on a mountain and stares down. He's kind of sad that things will be boring from now on, since there aren't many left who can challenge him. But then, Whis suddenly appears in front of him. Goku explains his rebirth, and Whis confirms it after scanning his memories. The two go on a massive food tour of West City, while Bulma's credit card covers the 10 million Zenny bill. Whis then leaves, but promises a spar one day. 4 months later, it's the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. However, because Goku is already far stronger now than he ever was in the original Buu saga, Majin Buu's revival is forced into motion much earlier than before. That's why Shin and Kibito, and even a random Babidi-controlled fighter named Karavik, are all participating in this tournament. In the 4th match of the quarterfinals, Krillin fights Karavik, And while it gets very bloody and brutal, Goku shares some of his energy, which helps Krillin defeat him. Next, Goku and Supreme Kai are facing each other in the semi-final, when Karavik suddenly flies off. Shin, Kabuto, and Goku abandon the tournament to pursue him. The group arrives at Babidi's hideout, and Dabura confronts Goku, but is instantly one-shotted when Goku taps into Super Saiyan God for a split second. Everyone is stunned, while Babidi panics. Goku then further stuns everyone by offering to help Babidi revive Majin Buu. And then, despite Shin and Kabuto's protests, Goku simply channels his ki into the energy suction device, and Majin Buu is revived. Goku immediately kills Babidi to remove him from the equation. He then strikes a deal with Buu. If Buu can hit him, Buu gets candy. But if Goku hits Buu, Buu must promise to only fight Goku. The two play a crazy game of tag until both land hits, and so the Supreme Kai creates a mountain of candy for Buu. Meanwhile, the finals of the tournament are held between Krillin and Nam. Both are pretty evenly matched, but ultimately Krillin manages to win by poking Nam out of the ring. By the way, Roshi still helps Nam by giving him a capsule and teaching him that water near Mount Paozu is free and abundant. Later that evening, the gang celebrates Krillin's victory together at a restaurant. Now Goku allows Dabura to return to the Demon Realm, now that Babidi's control is broken. Then with Buu, Shin, and Kabuto, he goes to the sacred world of the Kais. Then the entire sequence with Goku pulling out the legendary Z-Sword and shattering it unfolds, which frees the old Kai. Goku then proposes splitting Majin Buu's good and evil halves, while Shin and Kabuto argue that they should instead free the Grand Supreme Kai and destroy whatever's left of Buu, even if it means innocent Buu disappears. The old Kai curiously asks Goku who he is and how he knows so much, and it's here where after revealing his secret to Grandpa Gohan, King Kai, and Whis, Goku also reveals to the Kais that he was reborn with all his memories. Shin, Kabuto, and the old Kai are all shocked. Shin and Kabuto worry that Goku's existence has disrupted fate and created a parallel timeline. However, Goku shrugs it off and mentions that Whis wasn't concerned. The Kais are left speechless, while Goku casually decides he'll just ask Shinron to split Majin Buu into good and evil. And then before they can stop him, he grabs Buu's shoulder. "Let's go, Buu!"
Yippee!
Buu cheers, and whip! They vanish with instant transmission. But all of this is just the beginning. The real saga of Goku Reborn starts from here on out.
Did he just leave in the middle of the conversation? Kabuto asked. Yes, old Kai sighs. He did.
The scene cuts to the restaurant.
And then I said to Nam, "Boop!"
Krillin says while demonstrating his winning move. Everyone laughs because Krillin is fun as hell. Though as he's doing this demonstration, Goku appears with instant transmission right next to their table. Majin Buu is with him. "Yo!" Goku smiles and waves. His sudden appearance freaks everyone out, especially Bulma. "You need to stop doing that," she says while smacking Goku. Goku then introduces Majin Buu as his big pink friend named Buu. Nobody has any idea about the Majin Buu lore, so all of them just get super friendly with him. Yamcha pokes his belly 10 times at least. After the introduction, Goku learns that Krillin won the tournament and gets super excited. He wants to hear all about the final fight. He's hungry though, and so is Buu. The gang ends up ordering more food and sweets. They eat, they talk, they eat, and they eat a lot. When the bill comes, it's over 9 million zeni. "Bruh!" Krillin says. He goes pale, because he only has 500,000 zeni from the prize money. Bulma sighs and offers to pay it instead. Meanwhile, on Planet Goku, formerly Planet Vegeta, things aren't going so well. "Another squad left without permission," a Saiyan guard says, after walking into the throne room.
Where to this time?
King Vegeta asks. "The Rigel system, sir.
Now that Frieza is no more and you are not the king, many Saiyans have started conquering planets for personal sense of conquest," the guard states. "Do they not recall how our king told us to change our ways?" King Vegeta asks.
The throne seat is empty. He is no longer the king, but for now, he is the de facto leader who sits next to the throne seat.
"Old habits die hard, it appears," Bardock says, while entering the throne room. "It has been over 4 months since our king, Son Goku, defeated Frieza and told us to change our ways, and yet nothing has changed. We used to kill and conquest for the Frieza Force. Now we're doing it for ourselves," King Vegeta states. "I'm surprised at how you didn't try to retake the throne after Son Goku left," Bardock says. You're one to talk, Bardock, King Vegeta says. Huh? A question mark appears over King Vegeta's head. Son Goku is Kakarot, isn't he? King Vegeta says. What? How did you know? Bardock asks. I mean, he looks exactly like you, King Vegeta says. Yeah, that's right. Goku is Kakarot, but he's a Saiyan who was raised on Earth. Claiming glory by announcing him as my son would be kinda pathetic, Bardock says. I see, King Vegeta says. What about you? Why did you not try to retake the throne? This is unlike you, Vegeta, Bardock asks. Back then, right before he defeated Frieza, Son Goku transformed into something far beyond even the legendary Super Saiyan, King Vegeta says. Something far beyond even the legendary Super Saiyan? You mean that red hair transformation wasn't just another shade of Super Saiyan? Bardock asks. No, it was the Super Saiyan God, a legend among legends. It would be foolish of me to go against the Saiyan God. I no longer seek any glory. The rest of my life will be spent serving Son Goku, King Vegeta declares. Suddenly, another Saiyan guard enters, but this one in a panic. King Cold's fleet is moving. 300 ships spotted near Gamma Sector. I see. As expected. It was only a matter of time before he made a move, King Vegeta says. How long until they reach Planet Goku? Bardock asks. Approximately 1 year, the guard says. They're gathering forces from across the galaxy first. King Vegeta turns to his advisor, who's standing right next to him and asks, How many competent warriors do we have right now? Not even 900. Many of our strongest fighters have gone rogue. They've also stated that they won't answer any call, except from King Goku himself. Less than 900 against King Cold and the rest of the Frieza force? We won't even last an entire minute, Bardock says. There's still time. We'll use the coming year to rebuild the Saiyan force, but this will be an all-out war. Cold won't stop until all of us and our planet have been destroyed. We need to contact our king, Son Goku, King Vegeta declares. But how? The guard asks. We have no way to communicate with His Majesty. I'll handle it, Bardock says. At the same time, young Vegeta is training with Raditz on one of Planet Goku's moons. Suddenly, their scouters start beeping with an urgent message. Alert to all warriors. King Cold's fleet approaching. Estimated time of arrival 1 year. Return to Planet Goku immediately. King Cold, huh? Raditz says. I bet he's even stronger than Frieza, Vegeta adds. We all saw that Goku guy one-shot Frieza. There's no way King Cold is a threat at this point. Goku's a Super Saiyan after all, Raditz says with a grin on his face. No, he's not just a Super Saiyan, Vegeta replies. What? You mean that red-haired form of his was beyond Super Saiyan? Raditz asks. Vegeta clenches his fists. Yes, that kid. He was younger than me but transformed into something called a Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God? Raditz is stunned. It is a level beyond even our comprehension. Just thinking about the idea that there's a Saiyan so strong is enough to give me a headache, Vegeta says. I don't understand. Where did that guy even come from? Raditz pauses and continues. Well, if he does take down King Cold, we'll become the superpower of the universe. But I'll say this, I don't agree with how he wants us to abandon our ways. No, that's not enough, Vegeta suddenly snaps. Are we really going to start leaving everything to this mysterious king who showed up out of nowhere? Vegeta. Raditz starts, but Vegeta cuts him off. Shut up, Vegeta yells. Listen to me, Raditz. I swear on my pride as a Saiyan warrior, I'll become a Super Saiyan in less than a year, and when King Cold arrives... Vegeta pauses for a moment, and then declares, I'll be the one to destroy him! His declaration sounds like a battle cry. Raditz grins. I'd expect nothing less. Fast forward 2 months later. It has finally been a year since the Dragon Balls were used to revive Planet Vegeta. Goku, Krillin, and Buu are on the hunt to gather all the Dragon Balls. They're currently looking for the 4-star Dragon Ball in a forest. Goku looks at the radar. The signal says it's here. Ah, this is gonna be tricky. These trees and bushes are denser than Buu's stomach.
Buu see nothing but green,
Buu says and burps. Wait, The signal shifted. It's now pointing at Buu, Goku says. He looks at Buu, and Buu pats his belly in confusion.
You ate that Dragon Ball, didn't you?
Krillin freaks out. Goku facepalms and shakes his head. Buu, you really ate a Dragon Ball, huh?
Buu no eat ball. Buu eat candy.
Buu puffs his cheeks and pats his belly, and then suddenly he burps.
You've gotta be kidding me,
Krillin says.
What now, Goku? I don't know much about these Dragon Balls anyway.
Goku scratches his head. I guess we're gonna wait for it to come out naturally. Buu, do you know how to poop? He asks.
Poop?
Buu is confused. Krillin, show him how to poop, Goku tells Krillin with a dead serious expression on his face. Krillin's face turns pale.
Hold on, Goku. Are you serious?
Goku nods.
No way, man. You do it,
Krillin replies. I already went earlier, bro, Goku says. He has never looked more serious.
That's not how it works, man,
Krillin replies, while Buu claps his hands.
Buu want learn poop.
All right, if you don't want to do it, we'll find another way. To be honest, I doubt Buu is even capable of pooping like us normal people, Goku says, and Krillin's face suddenly lights up. They return to Kami House for the time being, and later go to sleep for the day. Goku stares at the ceiling before going to sleep. Would now be a good time to fight Broly? Nah, if he goes berserk, he'd be bad news for everyone. Right now, I'm only about as strong as Kid Buu in my Super Saiyan God form. I gotta wait till I can at least use Ultra Instinct, he says as he stares at the ceiling. Goku then stares for a few seconds in silence, until he goes, well, I guess I'll leave the thinking to tomorrow's me. He laughs a little and then dozes off to sleep. The scene shifts to an endless cosmos. Planets, solar systems, galaxies, universes, and beyond, the cosmos stretches infinitely. But then suddenly there's a ripple. Like a stone thrown into a calm pond, waves of distortion spread across the fabric of reality itself. The stars begin to flicker, and a voice is heard coming from the great beyond. Return to zero, the voice says, and just like that, the universes begin to fade like old photographs. You've made your choice, son Goku. Suddenly, Goku's eyes snap open. His entire body is dripping with cold sweat. He sits up. Wait, what was that? He says to himself while looking at his trembling hands.
What's wrong, Goku? You look like you had a nightmare,
Krillin asks after waking up. I don't know. It all felt too real to just be a nightmare. Those can't be my own memories, right? Goku says. Fast forward to a few hours later. An attack ball lands on Earth, and its door opens. At the same time, Goku, Krillin, Roshi, and Majin Buu are eating food. But the moment the attack ball lands, Goku smiles and uses instant transmission. By the time the door opens, Goku is already there. It's been half a year since I saw you, son, a Saiyan woman says, while getting out of the pod. It's Goku's mother, Gine. What's up, Mom? Goku greets her with a smile. As you can see, I'm as energetic and beautiful as ever. Gine smiles back at her son. Haha, it must have taken you a while to get here. Let's go have some food, Goku says. Actually, son, there's something important I need to tell, Gine starts, but is interrupted by a loud growling noise from her stomach. Haha, guess some things really do run in the family, Goku laughs. Come on, Mom, whatever it is can wait till after lunch. But before she can protest further, Goku places his hand on her shoulder and uses instant transmission. They materialize in Kami House. Krillin goes, hey, it's Goku's mother, while Roshi lets out a huge spit take and sprays his drink everywhere. He then tries to act normal.
Welcome, Goku's mom.
In his head, Roshi knows that it's better to live than to act inappropriately toward an alien lady. Your friends are funny, but who's this big pink thing? Also an Earthling? Gine asks. Nah, it's just Majin Buu. Say hi to my mom, Buu, Goku replies.
Buu say hi to Goku Mama.
Buu waves, but accidentally knocks over a bowl of soup with his arm. Gine waves back at him. Krillin sighs and cleans up the spilled soup. Just then, her stomach growls loudly, and her eyes lock onto the table full of delicious food. Without hesitation, she dives in and devours everything in seconds.
Whoa, you're Goku's mother, all right.
Krillin is kind of surprised. Goku laughs. This food was delicious. Is there any more? Gine asks while licking her lips.
Actually, that was everything we had,
Krillin says, while looking at all those empty plates.
Oh.
Gine's smile fades a little.
I can go buy some from the mainland,
Roshi offers right away, but Goku interrupts. Don't worry, Mom. I'll take you to Bulma's place. He then turns to Roshi and Krillin. Hey guys, watch Buu for me. And before they can respond, he grabs Gine's hand and uses instant transmission to Capsule Corporation. Bulma is having some coffee and enjoying some peaceful music when they suddenly appear in front of her. She stays calm, but sprays the coffee all over Goku's face, because why the hell not?
Gah! Bulma!
Goku yells while wiping his face, but Bulma's attention shifts to Gine.
Who's this lady, Goku? Her outfit is wild, and she also has a tail just like you,
Bulma asks. Her eyes narrow a little as she examines Gine.
It's my mother,
Goku says proudly.
Your mother, huh?
Bulma replies.
I guess I can see the similarity,
she says, while looking directly at Gine's face. You already have a woman, son? Feels like I'll be a grandmother next time I'm here, Gine says.
Oh, shut up. I have no interest in your son, ma'am,
Bulma responds.
That's right. She has Yamcha,
Goku says.
Nah, screw Yamcha.
Tell me more about this vegetable you were about to mention, Bulma replies.
Oh boy,
this timeline is going way too fast, Goku says to himself, and then suddenly Gine's stomach growls again. Goku, Bulma, and Gine all three stare at Gine's stomach, and the scene transitions to them having lunch. The food keeps coming, and Gine keeps eating. Bulma is completely flabbergasted. Heck, even Goku's a little surprised at how much of a glutton she is. After noticing Goku and Bulma's stares, Gine pauses mid-bite and asks, What? All I had were those stupid space food pills for the 2 months it took to get here. Wait, you came here on a ship, right? Can I check it out? Bulma asks. Sure, why the hell not? Gine replies while munching on food. After everyone is done with food, Goku uses instant transmission and takes Bulma and Gine to the spot where Gine's attack ball landed. Bulma gets fascinated as she takes a look at it, while Goku asks Gine, So, what's up? Is everything okay back home? Hearing Goku's question, her expression turns serious again and she replies, No, it's not. Frieza's father, King Cold, is mobilizing his forces. In about 10 months, 300 ships will attack our planet. It's going to be just like when Frieza destroyed our planet. I see. King Cold, huh? I forgot about that guy, Goku says. So you also already know about him? Gine says, and continues. This is gonna sound pathetic, but the planet is definitely gonna need your help again, Kakarot. Or should I say, Son Goku? Haha, like I said, Kakarot's fine. I've got a good friend who calls me that too, so I don't mind if you use it, Goku says with a smile. Haha, Kakarot it is then. Oh, and speaking of names, did you know Planet Vegeta was renamed Planet Goku after you left? Gine replies. Huh? Goku says while blinking in surprise. What? Gine asks. She's confused by his reaction. Well, I guess it makes sense. I did become their king after all. But man, I would have loved to see Vegeta's face when that happened. Goku replies with a laugh. Honestly, son, seeing you so innocent and carefree makes me wonder why you decided to help us, Gine says with a sigh. I mean, you told the Saiyans to give up their evil ways, but many of them are still going rogue and taking over planets. Wait, seriously? Goku asks. Yeah, old habits die hard, Gine replies while shaking her head. Suddenly, Goku experiences a headache and grabs his head. A memory flashes before him. We're talking about the moment he stood before Shenron and made the wish to bring back Planet Vegeta and all the Saiyans. And just like that, it hits him. He never really thought it through, did he? Kakarot, are you all right? Gine asks. She looks concerned. What do you think, Mom? Was it a wrong decision? Goku asks. He looks a little sad. What decision? Look, if this is about defeating Frieza and saving the Saiyans, don't worry. Frieza was conquering and trading planets too. You did the right thing, son, Gine says in an attempt to comfort him. Of course, she still has no idea that it was Goku's wish that brought all the Saiyans and their planet back to life in the first place. I guess you're right. I'll handle the Saiyans who are causing trouble on other planets. We need to make sure the Saiyans in this universe become more like the ones in Universe 6, Goku says. Universe 6? Gine asks, while tilting her head. Yeah, Mom.
Did you know there are multiple universes? This is Universe 7, and the closest one to us is Universe 6. And believe it or not, there are Saiyans in Universe 6 too, Goku says with a big grin. You know, I've killed a lot of people too. So is your father. Heck, your brother might be out there killing innocent people right now. I get that this planet values peace, and yes, you should protect it, but... Gine says and continues. Listen, Kakarot, don't feel responsible for what other Saiyans have done or might do. It's not your fault, and it's not your burden to carry, she says firmly, but her expression remains gentle. What if I told you that it was me who brought you all back to life? Goku declares immediately. What? What do you mean? Gine asks. Have you heard about the Dragon Balls? There are 7 of them on this planet, and if you gather them all, you can make a wish. I used them to bring you all back to life a year ago. That's why I feel responsible for making sure the Saiyan race behaves, at least until a better king takes over, Goku says, and for a moment, Vegeta's face flashes in his mind as he mentions the better king. What? But why would you... Kakarot, you were just an infant when we sent you to this planet. How do you know about so much? And how were you already a Super Saiyan? I mean, yes, I'm happy to be alive, but it all feels so strange to me, Gine says. She's visibly confused. I don't know, Goku admits. I was just being playful when I made the wish. I didn't even think Shenron could actually grant something like that. I guess I wanted to see you two again. He pauses and scratches the back of his head before laughing a little. All this is confusing me. How about I introduce you to Grandpa Gohan? He's my grandpa who gave me the name Son Goku. He's the one who raised me and taught me so many things. Gine notices how Goku's troubled expression shifts into a bright smile as he talks about Grandpa Gohan. She sighs a little and replies, All right, now I want to meet your Grandpa Gohan too. Hey Bulma, we're heading to Mount Paozu to visit Grandpa Gohan. Want to come with us? Goku calls out to Bulma, who's still examining the attack ball with great curiosity. She's enjoying herself. Now? Wait, that's a good idea. Goku, do you know where's the attack ball that you used when you first arrived here on Earth? She asks. Yeah, I think it should still be on the mountain. It's been 13 years though, so probably not in good condition, Goku replies. Perfect. I can examine both pods and compare their technology. Bulma's eyes light up. Count me in. All right then, everyone grab on. Goku extends his hands to both of them. Bulma places her left hand on Gine's attack ball and her right hand on Goku's shoulder. Gine puts her hand on Goku's other shoulder, and with that, they vanish and reappear instantly at Mount Paozu. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Raditz return to planet Goku.
Raditz, it's been 2 months since I vowed to become a Super Saiyan and destroy King Cold. What do you think? Am I there yet? Vegeta asks. No, not even close. Your power level is not even over 9,000, Vegeta. Raditz replies, after checking it with his scouter. 9,000? You mean it's not even enough to break your scouter? I wonder what Frieza's power level was. Vegeta replies in a frustrated voice. Must have been in the hundreds of thousands, maybe even 1 million, Raditz replies casually. 1 million, huh? Vegeta mutters with a sigh. Little did the 2 Saiyan warriors know, Frieza's maximum power level was 120 million, the narrator declares. When Raditz checked his power level, it showed less than 9,000, even though Vegeta had been training for months. At that time, Vegeta's true power had grown to almost 18,000. However, because he was suppressing it to half, the reading barely reached 9,000. The scene picks up from the previous chapter. Vegeta and Raditz are on planet Goku. All right, let's stack up on those space food pills and return to training. We only have 10 months left. No time to waste. Vegeta tells Raditz. Listen, Vegeta, you must have realized it by now. We won't get any stronger with mere training. We need real battles. We need consistent fights to the death. Otherwise, forget about defeating King Cold. You won't even be able to take down their average commander. Raditz replies. Then what do you suggest? We go and pick fights on other planets? Vegeta asks. Yeah, that's one way to get stronger. Raditz replies with a grin. But that Goku kid told us to behave. He's the king. Following his word is a part of our pride. Vegeta is kind of conflicted. Oh, don't tell me you actually care that much about what he said. Don't forget your true pride, Vegeta. Yes, that Goku guy is strong, and I also respect him, but I won't follow someone I don't agree with, Raditz declares. True. We Saiyans are a warrior race. We're meant to win and conquer,
Vegeta replies, but deep down, he can tell that something about his own words feels off.
Yeah, and your father is a coward. The more I think about it, the more it doesn't make sense. How can he just sit back and relax when some kid from who knows where took the throne from him? It's been 6 months since Frieza's defeat. King Vegeta should have retaken the throne by now. He's a disgrace,
Raditz declares. He looks disgusted.
Hey, don't be like that,
Vegeta replies.
Like I said, that Goku guy is a Super Saiyan god. The nature of his existence alone puts him above every single Saiyan in the universe. Even you, Vegeta. I thought you were the prince of all Saiyans,
Raditz states casually, but those words cut deeper than Raditz realizes. Vegeta glares at Raditz.
Go stack up on some of those pills. We'll be away for the next 10 months.
Raditz grins.
Understood, Prince.
In the next scene, Raditz is stocking up on food pills for their journey across planets when Bardock notices him.
Hey Raditz, you're still on the planet?
Bardock calls out to him.
Father?
Raditz turns around to face him.
No, I just got back. Where is Mother? She should be on Earth right now,
Bardock says.
Earth? Which planet is that?
Raditz asks.
Come on, don't tell me you've forgotten,
Bardock says with a sigh.
I remember sending you a message about this before the planet was destroyed. Earth, that's where we sent your brother Kakarot. Kakarot? He's still alive?
Raditz asks.
Don't tell me you still have no ideas, son, Bardock replies. All right, I won't ruin the surprise. Go check up on him when you have time. I'm busy helping our former king sort things out now that every hot-headed Saiyan has decided to go off on their own.
Hearing this, Raditz visibly frowns.
Hold on, Father. Don't tell me you're actually supporting all this. We're the proud Saiyans, warriors, not some peace-loving sheep.
And where has that gotten us, Raditz? Bardock replies.
Being warriors is one thing, but being mindless brutes is another. Don't forget that we were also Frieza's slaves until half a year ago.
As Bardock says this, his mind shows him memories of when he basically helped the Frieza Force conquer planet Cereal. He also recalls that memory of when Granola and his mother reminded him of Kakarot and Gine.
You look weak right now, Father, but I guess that makes sense. Our family has always been low class. I'm happy for you, though. King Vegeta's errand boy? That just means you're climbing up the ranks,
Raditz says while spitting on the ground.
We finally have a chance to be something better than what Frieza made us, Raditz. Come on, think for a moment,
Bardock replies. He was going to say more, but Raditz cut him off.
Better?
Raditz laughs.
We're warriors, Father. I respect that Goku because he is strong, but I'm not going to go against our way of life just because he said so. That Goku guy, huh? It's surreal how little you understand about anything,
Bardock replied, while glaring at Raditz. Raditz grabs the bag of food pills.
Whatever. Vegeta and I are leaving. He'll be retaking the throne after we defeat King Cold. Raditz,
Bardock says.
Save your lectures for someone who actually cares, Father.
Raditz replies, turns and leaves. Bardock watches Raditz leave. He recalls memories of all the screams, the destruction, the countless lives he's taken over the past few decades. For a moment, he wonders if he really has the right to say anything to Raditz. As for Raditz, he makes his way back to where Vegeta is waiting.
Did you get the stuff?
Vegeta asks without looking up.
Yeah,
Raditz replies, holding up a small bag of space food pills.
Also had a little chat with my father. Seems like everyone's gone soft these days.
Vegeta glances at Raditz.
Your father? What was his name again? I forgot.
Raditz waves his hand.
Well, it's not like it matters. He was spouting the same nonsense about peace and being better than what Frieza made us.
Vegeta uncrosses his arm and begins walking toward their pods.
That's right. It doesn't matter because I'll soon be retaking the throne. Also, I've identified our first target. It's planet Yardrat.
Raditz replied,
Yardrat? Yes, it's quite far from here, Vegeta explains. But no problem, because I just noticed a tiny wormhole in our solar system that can cut the entire trip short.
Raditz grins.
Perfect. Let's go. But after this, there's another planet I want to check out. Oh yeah? Which planet is that? Vegeta asks. It's Earth, Raditz replies. Never heard of it, Vegeta replies. Yeah, it's a low-level planet where my parents sent my little brother, Raditz adds with a stupid grin on his face. Vegeta grins as well. Without another word, the two enter their pods. The two attack balls power up and launch into the atmosphere. Back at Mount Paozu, Goku, Bulma, and Gine are inside Grandpa Gohan's house. Is he somewhere in the fields? Bulma asks while looking toward the window. Don't worry, he'll be back any minute now. Grandpa loves enjoying his afternoon tea at this time, Goku replies with a smile. Sure enough, the door opens. Grandpa! Goku calls out cheerfully.
Ah, Goku, my boy.
Grandpa Gohan's face breaks into a warm smile. He notices Bulma and nods politely.
Good to see you too, Bulma.
Then his eyes shift to Gine.
Now who might this young lady be?
He asks. Grandpa, this is my mother. Goku introduces Gine. Hello, Gine adds.
I see. So you're Goku's mother. I've always wondered about his family and origin.
Grandpa Gohan says this and bows respectfully. He then continues.
I'm son Gohan. Thank you for bringing such a wonderful child into this world.
Now, while Gine has been polite and friendly so far, she's still a Saiyan, and formalities like this are difficult for her to understand. But still, when Grandpa Gohan thanks her for bringing Goku into the world, something about his words makes her tear up. Mom? Goku asks. It's nothing, son. Just a little bug in my eye, Gine replies while wiping her eyes. She then takes a step forward and bows deeply in front of Gohan. I also thank you for taking care of my son and raising him into such a wonderful person, sir.
Haha, I must say, raising this one was quite the adventure. Well then, would you ladies like some tea and snacks?
Grandpa Gohan asks with a warm smile on his face. Of course, Gine nods. I have a question for you, Mr. Gohan. Do you know where that round spaceship Goku used when he first came to Earth is? Bulma asks. Before Grandpa Gohan can respond, Goku grins and says, All right, you guys chat and have fun. I'll be back soon. Bulma, Gine, and Grandpa Gohan stare at the now empty spot where Goku had been standing just moments ago. Gine shakes her head with a soft smile. Haha, he's so full of energy. The three just look at each other and return to their conversation. Gine begins telling them about the Saiyans and why Goku had been sent to Earth in the first place. Grandpa Gohan listens with great curiosity. Bulma, on the other hand, was clearly itching to run off and inspect Goku's attack ball wherever it is. But as Gine continues speaking, Bulma also gets interested in Goku's origin and the Saiyan race as a whole. Meanwhile, Goku reappears on King Kai's planet. Yo! Goku greets cheerfully. King Kai adjusts his sunglasses.
Goku, what brings you here this time? I'm in a good mood, so don't ruin it.
Suddenly, Goku's expression turns serious. I need your help to track down all the Saiyans who are currently causing destruction and massacres on other planets. We need to do it today before it gets any worse. I'll then use the Dragon Balls to revive all the people in the planets that have died ever since I brought the Saiyans back to life.
I see. So you're trying to take responsibility for bringing them back? But what will you do about them, Goku? Will you kill them?
King Kai asks. Goku shakes his head. No, killing's not my style. I've already killed 2 people in the past year. Another one would leave a bad taste. King Kai's antenna kind of twitches.
Wait, you killed someone? Who?
Frieza and Babidi, you know, Goku replies casually. King Kai nods slowly.
Ah, come on, those 2 deserved it. And these Saiyans deserve it too. If you're just going to beat them up to teach them a lesson, don't bother. The ones destroying other planets aren't going to listen to reason.
Don't worry, I have an idea. If they want to play warriors so bad, I'll teleport them to a certain planet. I'm no longer as soft as I once was after all, Goku declares.
Oh, which planet?
I think it's planet Champa, Goku replies. King Kai pauses and takes a few minutes to search for planet Champa in the vast cosmos of Universe 7. He soon realizes that there is no planet named Champa in this universe.
Goku? There's no planet named Champa in this universe. Are you sure that's the name?
King Kai asks. I could be wrong. If it's not Champa, maybe it's Bampa or Vampa. Whatever, I can just use instant transmission to get to that planet. For now, help me locate all the Saiyans who are causing trouble, Goku explains.
All right, it seems you've thought this through. For the most part,
King Kai replies. Yes, now hurry up. I'm gonna catch them all within 3 hours, so I can have dinner with both Mom and Grandpa Gohan.
Goku declares with a wide grin spreading across his face. Meanwhile, Whis arrives at the Xeno Palace. Ah, greetings, Father. Whis bows elegantly before the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest floats down and comes face to face with Whis.
Whis, thank you for coming on such short notice.
Naturally, Father, though it seems I'm the only one who was summoned. To what do I owe the honor? Whis asks politely. The Grand Priest's hands remain folded behind his back as he speaks.
I suspect you may already have some idea, Whis. He continues. You've been in the presence of Son Goku some time ago, have you not? And surely you've noticed something unusual about him.
Whis nods thoughtfully. Ah yes, Son Goku. He has been reborn with his memories. He retains an awareness of this, though I believe most of his memories from his prior existence remain fragmented. Then, with a faint knowing smile, the Grand Priest suddenly steps forward. In an abrupt yet poetic moment, he declares, "What you've encountered is no ordinary case of reincarnation. Son Goku is Kichan Dashing, the great sage equal to heaven." Whis is genuinely surprised. Wait, doesn't that mean Son Goku's existence is now the ultimate act of rebellion against the Celestial Order? Not right now, the Grand Priest replies. He has not yet remembered why he was reborn.
King Kai wipes his forehead. What is it, King Kai? Where are they? How many? Goku asks. King Kai adjusts his sunglasses nervously and starts talking. There are over 1,000 of them, Goku. They're spread across 78 planets. Some planets just have a couple of Saiyans causing trouble, but others have dozens or even 50 Saiyans tearing through the local populations. Goku's expression turns serious. I'll stop them, all of them, and I'll do it within the next 3 hours. King Kai nods. Well, I'll give you the rundown. Most of the Saiyans are grouped up in small armies, like the ones on planet Talfurian and Zykor. But there are others who are still traveling to their next targets. Some are already in the middle of battles and destroying entire civilizations, while others are preparing for invasions. Now, at the exact moment King Kai was using his divine senses to locate the rampaging Saiyans, 2 Saiyans entered a tiny wormhole deep in space. King Kai was unable to notice them. Meanwhile, Master Roshi, Krillin, and Buu are shopping for food in the city. I never thought I'd meet someone who can eat more than Goku, Krillin shakes his head. Well, she is Goku's mother after all, Roshi laughs. Buu rubs his stomach and grins. Buu likes her! She eats like Buu! At least she doesn't try to eat everything she sees. You ate a Dragon Ball, man, Krillin sighs. Back to Goku and King Kai. All right, King Kai, I'm going to the first group, Goku says. I'll handle them. King Kai nods, and in an instant, Goku vanishes from sight using instant transmission. At planet Talfurian, a group of 50 Saiyans have turned a beautiful planet full of minerals into a wasteland. Fires are raging everywhere, and the screams of innocent locals can still be heard. The Saiyans laugh as they terrorize the local population by using their scouters to search for anyone who is still hiding. And then, in the middle of all this chaos, Goku appears. The Saiyans in front of him stumble back, and their scouters shatter from the sheer pressure of Goku's aura. It's him, the Super Saiyan God! The one who defeated Frieza. King Goku? Multiple Saiyans react simultaneously. The Saiyans stop what they are doing and turn in his direction. The man leading the group steps forward. He's a tall Saiyan with spiky hair and a scar across his face. His name is Korn. What is His Majesty doing here on this low-level planet? The leader asks. He is surprisingly polite. How many? Goku asks. What? The leader reacts. I said how many? How many planets have you guys destroyed since I told you to change your ways and become better? Goku asks. His tone is calm, but there's great authority in his eyes. Listen, you may be our so-called king, but we're Saiyans. This is who we are. We're warriors. Conquering planets, destroying enemies, that's our nature. How could you possibly object to that? The leader replies. In response, Goku releases just a small fraction of his ki, and the sheer pressure forces every Saiyan present to their knees. That is not what I asked. Tell me, how many planets have you destroyed? Goku asks again. The leader's eyes start bleeding as he slowly forces himself back to his feet. There's 50 of us, the leader yells, and we've destroyed more planets than I can count. This is what we do. It's who we are. You can't just come here and... But before he can finish, Goku cuts him off by stepping forward. Very well then. If you are warriors, I'm sure you won't mind me conquering all of you, right? Goku asks. What? One of the Saiyans says. The Saiyans freeze under Goku's overwhelming presence. The leader grits his teeth and tries desperately to stand. We're warriors. We don't bow to anyone, not even you. That's right, one of the Saiyans in the back yells, and the others quickly shout in agreement. Maybe it's because they're in a group that they somehow think everything will turn out their way. Goku sighs and closes his eyes for a moment. You people followed Frieza, but you can't follow my word? He vanishes. Before anyone can react, Goku appears behind one of them. A single chop to the back of the neck, and the man drops to the ground. He is unconscious. Goku moves again, faster than any of them can follow. He reappears in front of another Saiyan and delivers a swift punch to his stomach that knocks him out cold. The remaining Saiyans panic as they watch each of their comrades fall one by one. Don't just stand there, the leader yells at them. Fight him! A few Saiyans charge at Goku, but it's pointless. One by one, Goku takes down every single one of them with effortless strikes. The leader tries to attack Goku from behind, but Goku doesn't even turn around. He simply raises one hand and releases a small amount of energy that sends the leader flying into the ground. Within 28 seconds, all 50 Saiyans lay unconscious at Goku's feet. Goku then turns to the few locals who had managed to survive the massacre at the hands of those 50 Saiyans. He approaches them, but the closer he gets, the more he realizes that what happened here isn't something he can just apologize for. The locals simply stand frozen in fear and stare at him as if he's some kind of otherworldly monster. Then suddenly, a small, tall Furian girl steps forward with tears streaming down her cheeks and a rock clutched tightly in her hand. Without hesitation, she throws it at Goku. Goku sees it coming but doesn't move. He allows it to hit him on the forehead. Why? It's because he can see the bodies on the ground behind her. 2 adults, probably her parents. He doesn't need to ask. He can feel it with his ki sense. They're gone. Goku clenches his fist. I'm not the same carefree guy I used to be. So why didn't I understand the consequences sooner? He takes a step forward toward the girl, while she stays standing there. Her tiny body trembles as Goku gets closer, but she doesn't step back, because behind her were the bodies of her parents. Seeing her like this, Goku suddenly recalls his friend Upa from back in his childhood. Goku stops and lowers his head. I promise, I'll bring them back to life. Everyone! I promise I'll return your planet and your people back to normal, Goku declares. But these words fail to impress the girl or the other locals. In fact, his words make them look even more afraid of him. This confuses Goku, and before he can figure out why, King Kai gets in touch with him telepathically. Goku, these guys… King Kai begins, but Goku cuts him off. I know, King Kai. They don't understand our language, right? Yes, King Kai sighs. I'm afraid the best you can do is just leave this planet along with those Saiyans. There's nothing else you can do here. Goku's fists clench, but he remains silent. He piles up the bodies of the 50 Saiyans, and then without another word, he places 2 fingers on his forehead and disappears from sight. He appears on planet Vampa, the place where Broly was sent, and throws the unconscious Saiyans on the ground. He looks at them, and even though they can't hear him, he says, I hope you guys can get along with Broly. He vanishes again, reappears on King Kai's planet and asks, Tell me about the next planet. Meanwhile, as Krillin, Roshi, and Buu are shopping in the city, Buu notices a dog wearing a chef's hat operating a food truck. Doggy, cook? Buu wonders, while tilting his head. On planet Xikor, a group of 30 Saiyans are burning villages and laughing cruelly as the locals flee. Goku appears in the middle of the destruction and simply says, You're done. Before they can even fully see him, Goku knocks them out one by one and drops them at the same place on planet Vampa. On planet Kaltris, 10 Saiyans are destroying everything in their great ape forms. Goku looks down at the rampaging great apes from above. His body begins to glow red as he transforms into Super Saiyan God. Wait, I felt that aura before, one of them says, as he turns around to see who it is, but it's too late. Goku raises his hand and activates God Bind. Red energy bands emerge from Goku's hand and immediately wrap around all 10 of the great apes. What's going on? Another one yells. I can't move. Same. What happened? A third ape adds. This is God Bind, Goku replies calmly. You've caused enough damage. It's over. The Saiyans roar and thrash, but it's useless.
The red energy bands tighten further and force them all to their knees. One by one, they lose consciousness. Within 10 seconds, all 10 Saiyans are down. Goku floats above and looks around at the destruction below. King Kai is observing him when he hears Goku's voice. "Can you show me what this planet was like before these Saiyans appeared?"
Are you sure, Goku?
King Kai asks hesitantly. "Yes, show me," Goku replies firmly. King Kai sighs.
All right, Goku. Focus your mind for a moment. I'll show you.
Goku closes his eyes, and images begin to flood into his mind. He sees planet Kaltris as it was before. It was green and peaceful and full of life. The people walked happily through forests and cities. Everything was alive and beautiful. Then the vision fades, and Goku comes back to the wasteland the planet has become. The land is scorched, and the skies are dark. Cities have been reduced to rubble. Goku lowers his head. "I can't sense anyone. Over 1 million people lived here a few months ago. Did they really kill them all?" Goku uses Godbind to lift the unconscious Saiyans into the air. He places 2 fingers on his forehead and uses instant transmission to drop them on planet Vampa. "Tell me the next one, King Kai," he says. Planet by planet, Goku stops the Saiyans. He also intercepts the ones who are still traveling through space. One by one, he neutralizes every rogue Saiyan. Finally, after 2 hours of traversing through the galaxies, Goku reaches the 78th planet. He knocks out the last rogue Saiyan and drops him on the pile of unconscious Saiyans he had gathered on planet Vampa. And right as he takes care of the last Saiyan, Roshi and Krillin are running through the streets.
Where did he go?
Krillin shouts.
How do you even lose someone like Buu? You're the one who was supposed to watch him, you little runt.
Roshi snaps.
I see. While you were just ogling all the ladies passing by us.
Krillin snaps back at Roshi. Meanwhile, Buu wanders down a quiet street while following a random dog that merely looks like the dog chef.
Doggy cook?
He says while approaching the dog. Suddenly, a loud voice enters the chat.
"Hey, there you are, B. I've been looking for you."
Buu blinks and turns toward the voice. A young Mr. Satan, wearing a simple tank top and trousers, approaches them.
Who might you be, sir?"
Mr. Satan asks while staring at Buu in confusion.
Buu is Buu!
Buu replies with a big grin. He then points at Mr. Satan's hair.
You look funny!
Mr. Satan puffs up his chest.
"What? Funny? This is the best hairstyle in the world. What do you know about style, you big pink marshmallow?"
Buu tilts his head.
Marshmallow? Buu likes marshmallows!
It has been over 2 hours since Goku told King Kai he'd be done with the Saiyans in 3 hours. He looks at the unconscious bodies of over 1,000 Saiyans he knocked out across 78 planets. I know it's unfair to leave you all to Broly and his father, but I know that seeing Broly firsthand would make you doubt everything you know about the world, Goku states with a grin. As he says this, Goku gets curious. He places 2 fingers on his forehead and uses instant transmission to teleport to the other side of the planet. Goku reappears in the sky and sees an 18-year-old Broly playing with Ba, a large Vampa beast. Paragus is napping on a rock nearby. Goku watches Broly with a small smile on his face. But then, Broly suddenly pauses and looks up. For a brief moment, their eyes meet. Goku smiles and gives him a small wave, but before Broly can react, Goku places 2 fingers on his forehead and disappears. He reappears on King Kai's planet. "All right, I'm done," Goku states with a determined look. "Now it's time to use the Dragon Balls to restore those 78 planets, and all the other planets the Saiyans destroyed this past year, back to the way they were before."
Yes, you were gathering Earth's Dragon Balls, but are they even strong enough for a wish of this scale?
King Kai asks. Goku scratches his head. To be fair, even if they are strong enough, I can't use Earth's Dragon Balls until Buu spits out the one he ate. Guess I'll head to Namek instead. Their Dragon Balls are better anyway.
Good point, but their Dragon Balls can't revive multiple people. Wait a second, which Dragon Balls did you use to wish Planet Vegeta back to life?
King Kai asks. Earth's Dragon Balls, Goku replies casually. I asked Shinron. Why do you ask?
That's strange,
King Kai says.
I thought Shinron could only bring back those who haven't been dead for more than a year. But you revived Planet Vegeta over 12 years after its destruction.
Was there really a rule like that? Goku asks. Honestly, I didn't think much when asking Shinron for that wish. But hey, here we are.
Well,
King Kai continues,
you can try asking the Namekians if their dragon can handle this wish. Personally, I doubt it. If Porunga can't handle it, Goku declares, then I'll just have to gather the Super Dragon Balls. Super Dragon Balls? Never heard of those, King Kai replies. Anyways, King Kai, see ya. I'm heading to Namek, Goku says before vanishing. Moments later, Goku appears on planet Namek. He wastes no time explaining the situation to Grand Elder Guru. He talks about the destruction caused by the Saiyans and his plan to restore the planets. Guru listens carefully and senses Goku's sincerity.
I sense your heart is pure, Guru nods. You may use the Dragon Balls.
With Guru's permission, the Namekians gather the Dragon Balls, the sky darkens, and Porunga is summoned. Porunga looms above the sky, but suddenly startles when he notices Goku.
O great sage equal to heaven, speak your wish, Porunga states.
Wait, what? What did you just call me? Goku blinks. Porunga's glowing red eyes lock onto Goku.
You are Sun Wukong, the great sage equal to heaven. You whose existence distorts the natural order of all things. Now speak your wish.
Hearing this, Goku turns to the Elder Namekian, who had brought the Dragon Balls out for him. Hey, Muri, I think there's been some kind of mix-up. I'm just Goku, you know, a Saiyan from Earth. What's all this great sage equal to heaven stuff? Muri replies, It's already surprising how Porunga can just talk to you in your language. This has never happened before. He was designed to only answer in the Namekian language. Hearing this, Goku nods and asks Porunga while scratching his head. What's going on, Porunga? Why are you calling me that? Porunga stares and stares and stares, but offers no answer. In fact, the question makes him feel a bit uncomfortable. Goku, I think Porunga doesn't know either, but he's staying silent to avoid upsetting you, Mori adds. Goku lets out a small laugh and says, okay, I guess I'll think about that later. He then turns back to Porunga and states, Porunga, my wish is to restore the 78 planets the Rogue Saiyans destroyed recently, as well as the other planets they've destroyed within the past year. Bring back the planets and all the people who lived there before the Saiyans invaded. Porunga's eyes glow brightly as he considers the request. After a moment, he replies,
This wish is complex. While restoring the planets is within my power, reviving the inhabitants exceeds the limits of what I can do in a single wish.
Yes, Goku, Porunga can only revive one person per wish, Mori adds. Goku looks a little bummed out at this, but before he can say anything, Porunga continues.
Under normal circumstances, I cannot. My power is bound by the rules of my creator. However, because you are in my presence, my limits do not apply. Your presence disrupts the order of things and allows me to do what would otherwise be impossible.
What? Mori is startled. Goku sighs. Man, I don't get any of this. But if it means you can bring back all those people, then go ahead and do it. Porunga's massive body begins to glow.
Your wish shall be granted. The 78 planets recently destroyed, as well as the 202 planets destroyed by Saiyans in the past year, have been restored. I have also revived every person who died by the hands of Saiyans in the past year.
Golden beams of light shoot out from Porunga's massive body and spread across the galaxy. Each of the 280 planets returned to the way it was before. One by one, the people killed by the Rogue Saiyans also come back to life. On planet Talfurian, the young girl is crying alone, when suddenly her parents appear behind her. She gasps and runs into their arms. Bits and pieces of Babbidi's body suddenly fall at the same spot on Earth where he built his hideout. He's alive again, but he's struggling to breathe or move. At the same time, Frieza emerges in the outer space of planet Goku's solar system. He turns red with rage, as he remembers how Goku told him to start hitting the gym right before blasting a massive hole through his body. Frieza looks down. The hole is still there. For some reason, even though Porunga brought them back to life, the damage Goku did was still there. Back on Namek, Porunga's glow fades, and his red eyes focus on Goku one last time.
Your wish has been granted, but I am not invincible. I had to borrow power from my future self, and because of that, I will not be able to grant any more wishes for 10 years at least.
And with that, Porunga begins to fade away. Huh? Wait, Porunga! Goku calls out, but it's too late. The Dragon Balls turn into rocks and disperse. Goku thinks to himself, is that why Shinron was able to restore planet Vegeta? Does that mean I'll have to wait even longer to use Earth's Dragon Balls? Why didn't Shinron say anything about this? It seems the Dragon Balls won't be usable for the next 10 years, Mori says. I'm really sorry about that, sir. Goku bows in front of Mori and the other Namekians. Mori and the Namekians simply smile kindly. Mori responds, "You have a pure heart, Goku. Don't worry. We, the Namekians, are happy that so many planets and lives have been saved today." Goku scratches the back of his head with a smile. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. He then realizes it's been almost 3 hours. I should probably be heading back soon, he says to himself. Meanwhile, the sun begins to set over Mount Paozu. Gine is helping Grandpa Gohan gather herbs from the small garden near their house. I never thought I'd be picking herbs instead of hunting for food, Gine says with a laugh. Grandpa Gohan laughs too. Goku will be back with some meat any minute now. We'll use these herbs as seasoning. Nearby, Bulma is hard at work inspecting Goku's old attack ball. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blows through the area. Goku appears in front of them while holding a massive T-Rex in his arms. I'm back with dinner, guys, he shouts cheerfully and drops the giant dinosaur onto the ground with a loud thud. Gine and Grandpa Gohan jump slightly at the noise, while Bulma walks over to see what just happened. Huh? She reacts. Fast forward a few minutes later, the group is gathered around a bonfire, enjoying delicious dinosaur meat cooked with spicy herbs. They laugh and share stories together. Meanwhile, Master Roshi, Krillin, Buu, Mr. Satan, and Bee are sitting at a restaurant table stacked high with empty plates. They are laughing and enjoying themselves. Good food, good company, and someone else paying, Roshi laughs. Mr. Satan scratches his head.
Actually, I thought you guys were paying.
Krillin freezes. Wait, what? You don't have money?
Nope,
Satan admits casually.
I'm kinda broke.
Roshi laughs again. Don't look at me, I'm retired. Just then, a waiter places the bill on the table. Krillin grabs it, takes a look, and his face turns pale. We're cooked! He panics, pulls out his phone, and quickly dials a number. Krillin, what now? I'm eating, Bulma answers in an irritated voice, while munching on some dinosaur meat. Now, approximately 6 hours after Vegeta and Raditz's attack balls enter the wormhole, they finally emerge on the other side.
Whoa, that barely lasted a minute,
Raditz says.
I get the feeling time flows differently inside a wormhole,
Vegeta replies. The two Saiyans land on Yardrat in their attack balls and step out. From a distance, the Yardrats watch them closely.
This is it?
Raditz looks around.
This planet looks pathetic. Are you sure this is the place, Vegeta?
Vegeta stares at the Yardrats.
Don't underestimate them. I heard Frieza was planning on eventually sending the Ginyu Force here. They're weak, but their strange abilities make them dangerous. Fighting them should definitely be a good training experience.
Raditz grins.
These weaklings?
Before Vegeta can respond, a group of Yardrats approaches. Among them is a taller Yardrat holding a staff. His name is Oats.
Strangers,
Oats says calmly.
You don't look like tourists.
Vegeta grins.
We're not. We're here to take over your planet. We don't want any trouble. Please leave,
Oats declares. Raditz bursts into laughter.
Leave? Do you seriously think a Saiyan would just walk away?
Oats' eyes widen.
Saiyans? You're Saiyans? What of it?
Vegeta replies coldly. And just then, without warning, Raditz jumps at Oats and throws a punch. But before it connects, Oats vanishes while Raditz stumbles forward.
What the?
Raditz says.
He teleported.
Vegeta says as Oats reappears in front of them. Raditz charges again, but his strikes hit nothing but air, as the Yardrats easily anticipate his attacks, thanks to their advanced spirit control. They anticipate and then evade using instant transmission.
Stop running and fight me!
Raditz yells at them. After several minutes of watching Raditz make a fool of himself, Vegeta steps in.
Pathetic, he says coldly. If this is too much for you, Raditz, I'll handle it myself.
He releases his aura and prepares to attack, but before he can move, his body suddenly freezes in place.
What is this? I can't move,
Vegeta asks.
Spirit control,
Oats replies calmly. Our people have mastered the art of manipulating energy.
You expect me to believe that you weaklings can restrain me, the prince of all Saiyans?
Vegeta demands, but despite his words, he really can't move.
Yes,
Oats replies. You're powerful, but not so powerful that we can't handle you. Leave now.
Vegeta glares at him and uses all of his power to resist, but he still can't move. Vegeta visibly panics.
What's going on? Is this really the extent of my strength? I am supposed to be stronger than this,
he says to himself. Oats sighs and lowers his staff.
So be it. If you won't leave, we'll have no choice.
Before Vegeta or Raditz can respond, Oats raises his finger and summons a tiny wormhole. The wormhole hits Vegeta and Raditz like an energy attack and teleports them to a random planet in a different galaxy.
They got us!
Vegeta is visibly annoyed.
Where are we? Is this still Yardrat?
Raditz asks while looking around.
Never mind that. Check my power level. I feel weaker than usual.
Vegeta feels unusual.
All right, hold on.
Raditz replies. He checks Vegeta's power level with his scouter.
Vegeta, I don't know why, but your power level is under 8,000 right now. What did you just say?
Vegeta is stunned.
Well, the scouter is probably busted,
Raditz says quickly.
We checked your power level yesterday. It was almost 9,000.
Raditz says.
I don't know why, but my body feels weaker than before.
Vegeta replies.
All right, give me your scouter. If mine is broken, let's check again with yours,
Raditz suggests. Vegeta nods and holds it out, but just as Raditz is about to grab it, a bullet rips through the air and shatters the scouter. Both Vegeta and Raditz immediately snap their heads around to see where the bullet came from. Neither of them saw it coming.
Where the hell are we, Raditz?
Vegeta asks. Little did Vegeta or Raditz know, the planet they're on right now is no longer Yardrat. It's planet Cereal. Bulma looks at Gine with sad eyes. What? You're leaving already? Why not stay with us a little longer? Goku grins and nods. Yeah, Mom, you can stay at Grandpa Gohan's farm or even at Bulma's place. Earth is pretty cool. You should see more of it. Gine shakes her head. Maybe later. Right now I need to go back and tell your father that you'll protect us from King Cold's invasion. Goku sighs. It's not that big of a deal. Gine smiles softly. Don't be like that. I'll visit again, and next time, I'll bring your father or maybe even your brother. Goku shrugs but smiles. All right, if you say so. But then his face lights up. Hold on, I can take you back right now with instant transmission. Bulma nods quickly. Yeah, that's a great idea. Otherwise, it'd take you 2 months to get home. Gine awkwardly scratches the back of her head. Nah, I don't want to just appear out of nowhere. I'm gonna need some time to think a little bit on the way back. Goku looks confused. Think? You're going to just think about things for the next 2 months? Gine scratches her head again. Good point. 2 months is longer than I'd like. And this is where Bulma enters the chat again. In that case, let me help. I think I've already figured out how the attack ball works. Give me 2 hours and I can make it way faster. She gives a confident thumbs up. Goku, Gine, and Grandpa Gohan watch as Bulma gets to work. For the next 2 hours, she takes the attack ball apart and puts it back together again over and over. Finally, she steps back, wipes her hands, and smiles proudly. There! I've adjusted the attack ball. Now it'll only take 2 days to get to Planet Goku. Is that enough for thinking time? Gine's jaw drops. What? Really? She looks at Bulma in shock. Bulma gives a small victory sign. Yep, but from now on, this pod is only for trips to Earth and back. If you try using it for another planet, it'll malfunction, and who knows where you'll end up. Gine nods, thanks Bulma, and enters the new attack ball. She waves goodbye to Goku, Bulma, and Grandpa Gohan before blasting off into the sky. As they watch her leave, Goku tilts his head. It kinda looks like a Dragon Ball, he says, but then freezes. His eyes go wide, and he smacks his forehead. Oh no, I forgot! Bulma and Grandpa Gohan exchange confused looks. Goku sighs. Majin Buu ate one of the Dragon Balls yesterday. Without wasting any time, Goku uses instant transmission to drop Grandpa Gohan off at Mount Paozu, and Bulma back at Capsule Corporation. Then he teleports straight to Kame House. As Goku appears there, the first person he sees is a younger version of Hercule, Mr. Satan. Goku looks a little surprised, but Hercule looks even more shocked. He stares at Goku with wide eyes and shakes his head. Then he rubs his eyes just to make sure it's not a dream.
How did this kid just appear out of nowhere? What kind of trick did he use?
He says out loud. What's going on here? Why are you here, champ? Goku asks with a grin. Hercule blinks a few times.
Champ? Sir, are you talking to me?
Goku nods, but before Hercule can say anything else, Roshi, Krillin, and Majin Buu step out of the house,
They take turns explaining what happened yesterday, how they ran into Hercule, hung out with him and his dog, and somehow spent the whole night cracking jokes and having fun. After the story, Roshi leans closer to Goku and whispers, "You know, Goku, I let it slip that I'm the legendary Master Roshi, and now he wants me to train him to become the next strongest fighter on Earth, so he can one day be the martial arts champion." Hearing this, Goku starts thinking to himself, "Martial arts champion? Yeah, he better become one. I don't want to mess up the timeline for Gohan. And now that I think about it, geez, I still haven't gone to see Chi-Chi since I was reborn. What have I even been doing?" Goku snaps out of his thoughts and grins at Roshi. "Ha, that's great. If he trains with you, he'll definitely become a champion." Roshi strokes his beard. "Yeah, well, he's about the same age as Krillin. He's got the time and potential to get as strong as me. But I'm not sure how I'm supposed to make him stronger than you." Goku laughs loudly. "Don't worry. If we ever fight in the World Martial Arts Tournament, I'll let him win." "All right, Buu. I didn't know what to do yesterday. But after dealing with those Saiyans, I figured out how to get the Dragon Ball out of you." The whole thing happens so fast, and with so much power, that young Mr. Satan can't handle it. He stares in shock for a moment before his legs give out, and he faints on the spot. As he lies there, he mumbles in his sleep,
I give up. I can't do it. I'll never be the champion. Not with fighters like that around."
Krillin laughs when he hears Hercule's mumbling. "Well, that didn't last long." Goku's eyes go wide with panic. "What? No! He has to become the champion. If he doesn't, Videl and Gohan might never meet." "Videl? Who's Videl?" Krillin is curious. Goku waves his hand nervously. No one. Don't worry about it. Anyway, make sure to whip the champ into shape, Master Roshi." He pauses for a moment, then grins. By the way, have you heard of the Great Sage equal to heaven?" Roshi strokes his beard. "The Great Sage equal to heaven? You bet I have." Goku gulps. "Who is it?" Roshi's face darkens. "Some stupid mage from the city. He said that if I bought his magic stick, women would be all over me. That fraud took my money and vanished. Never saw him again." Krillin bursts out laughing. "Wait, what? Don't tell me that's that stick you're always holding." Goku facepalms. "All right, I'm gonna head out." Without another word, Goku flies off into the sky with the 4-star Dragon Ball and the Dragon Radar. For the next few hours, Goku flies around the world searching for the other 6 Dragon Balls. At one point, he feels a strange key coming from the spot where he fought Babidi, Dabura, and Majin Buu. But he decides to ignore it and keeps looking for the Dragon Balls. He soon finds all of them, including the ones the Red Ribbon Army had, and even the one the Pilaf gang was hiding. Along the way, he destroys the Red Ribbon Army's plans and teaches Mercenary Tao a lesson. But unlike his OG life, Goku makes sure not to kill anyone, not even by accident. "Yeah, I don't want to piss off Dr. Gero after all," Goku says to himself. Still, the Red Ribbon Army loses everything. They send Dr. Gero a message to tell him what happened. But Dr. Gero just grins and ignores the call. The scene zooms out and shows a new laboratory that Dr. Gero recently built inside Babidi's hideout. There are glowing 3D holograms of Goku, Dabura, and Majin Buu floating in the air. On the left side of the room, a medical machine holds bits and pieces of the newly revived body of Babidi. It's unconscious but alive.
"I saw it. A battle beyond anything I could imagine. But now I'll make something even greater. It doesn't matter if they're aliens, witches, gods, or the whole universe. They'll all bow before my creation,"
Dr. Gero says as he remembers Goku and Majin Buu's fight. As it turns out, Dr. Gero had sent small satellite cameras to the area around Babidi's hideout after his computer picked up strange radio signals. Using those cameras, he saw everything that happened that day. And after Babidi was defeated, Dr. Gero decided to build a new laboratory in the same location. Then, when bits and pieces of Babidi's body were revived yesterday, Dr. Gero gathered them and placed them in a recovery tank to make use of Babidi's cells. Now Dr. Gero turns his head and looks at the blueprints on his desk. His hands shake with excitement.
This will be my masterpiece,
He says. He glances at the medical machine holding Bobbity's body.
Your magic will be the final ingredient for creating the ultimate being.
And then walks over to an incubation tank, where a tiny nucleus is breathing in the water.
It will be the pinnacle of existence, and that's why I've named it after the basic building block of all living things, the cell. And its last name will represent omnipotence and omniscience. Yes, my child, your name shall be Omnicell.
The camera pulls back, as Dr. Gero's laughter echoes throughout the lab. In the evening, Goku tries to summon Shinron, but it doesn't work. Even though the Dragon Balls are still active, nothing happens. He tries again and again, but it just won't work. Man, I don't even know what I'm doing, Goku thinks to himself. Alright, so I'm gathering the Dragon Balls to split the evil in Buu from the good. That way he won't go crazy and destroy everything. But is that really the right move? What about all the other stuff I've messed up since coming back to life? Was it wise to leave the Saiyans on planet Vampa? Now that I think about it, I'm not Piccolo or Vegeta or Gohan or even Bulma. Planning ahead on my own is not my thing, especially with this whole Great Sage thing going on. Goku pauses and starts rubbing his head with both hands. I so wish Piccolo or Vegeta were here.
Is that your wish?
A voice suddenly asks. Wait, is that you, Shinron? Why can't I see you? Goku asks while looking around in confusion.
I'm speaking within the Dragon Balls, Shinron says. It seems my body can't come out unless your wish is something I can handle with my current strength. Reviving planet Vegeta and the Saiyans who died to Frieza has drained my power. I won't be able to revive anyone else for 10 years at least.
As expected, this whole Great Sage thing is messing everything up, Goku says with a sigh. What even is it anyway? Even you're calling me the Great Sage, Shinron. Why? It wasn't like this when I made the wish over a year ago.
Back then I didn't know either, Shinron begins. But my mind, body, and spirit instinctively understood that I had to ignore the natural laws of my creation and grant your wish. It felt as though I was under some kind of hypnosis. However, after you used your Super Saiyan God transformation against Frieza, something clicked, and I, along with the other Eternal Dragons, realized why I was able to make such an impossible exception for you.
Shinron pauses for a moment before continuing.
It's because you've been reborn as someone with the power to defy the natural order. But I'm afraid I'm too small and insignificant to know or understand anything more about what it is, or what it means.
Okay, stop. That's a lot to take in, Goku says while rubbing the back of his head. But I think I've got the right question for you. When I said I wish Piccolo or Vegeta were here, you asked if that was my wish, didn't you?
Yes, I did,
Shinron replies. Well, bringing Vegeta here won't work. He still has to learn and grow as a person. Goku continues. So let's talk about Piccolo. He's Kami's other half, right? Will you just break King Piccolo out of the rice cooker?
No, Shinron answers. I know that's not what you want. You want Piccolo, not King Piccolo. I can reunite Kami and King Piccolo, then transfer your memories of Piccolo into their minds. That would bring Piccolo back as a complete being. But if I do this, I'm afraid I'll cease to exist. Once Kami fuses with King Piccolo's essence, I will disappear.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I should even ask for something like that, Goku admits while scratching his head. Piccolo and Kami have their own paths. It wouldn't feel right.
It's fine, Son Goku.
A calm voice suddenly speaks telepathically. Huh? Goku is caught off guard. The voice belongs to Kami.
It's fine, Kami continues. I understand that whatever is happening with this world is not normal. My job as a guardian is to protect it, but I also know there's no one who can protect Earth better than you. Shinron would be useless for the next 10 years anyway, so go ahead with this wish. The time has come for me to go back to what I once was.
Goku pauses for a second, but then he goes for it and makes the wish. Out of nowhere, this huge flash of green light bursts behind him. He turns around fast, and there, right in the middle of it all, is Piccolo. Goku's eyes go wide, and a big grin spreads across his face. That aura! Piccolo, is that really you? Meanwhile, in the Xeno Palace, the Grand Priest looks up, as a certain someone suddenly appears in front of him.
It has been 10 billion years, Dragon God Zalama. What brings you back to the multiverse?
The Grand Priest asks. And that's all for this film. But as you've already noticed, the further this story goes, the more it expands. So now we're left with some huge questions. Why has Zalama, the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, suddenly appeared at the Xeno Palace after 10 billion years? Did he orchestrate Goku's rebirth, or is he here to correct a mistake in the timeline? What exactly was that strange return to zero dream Goku had? And why are Porunga and Shinron bending their own rules just to grant his wishes? They call him the great sage equal to heaven, but why? And perhaps most importantly, why did the Grand Priest summon Whis? Meanwhile, on planet Cereal, how are Vegeta and Raditz going to avoid getting absolutely cooked by Granola? Why is Vegeta's power level dropping? Is it still ki control, or is he weakening in real time? And what about Raditz? Why is he still so unhinged? And is there a lore reason he hasn't realized Goku is Kakarot? And don't forget the revival of Frieza and Babidi. Will Frieza target Earth or planet Goku? Or is he patient enough to wait until he makes sense of things? And what about Omni Cell? When will he enter the story? And just how broken will he be when he does? Finally, what's the truth behind King Cold's invasion? Is Cold really the final enemy of this Saiyan saga? Or have the Saiyans been misled by something more unusual?
Perfect. We can't wait to see what'll happen at the end of all these inconsistencies.
And yet through it all, one thing is certain. Goku, reborn as the great sage equal to heaven, has alerted many entities and altered the fate of many. Only time will tell what one's role is in this grand epic that was already done once, but is now being rewritten. As such, one entity has arrived at a very logical conclusion.
It is theoretically impossible to defeat Son Goku.
And with that, I want to hear from you. What do you think of the story so far? And what are your theories on what may happen next? Be sure to drop them in the comments. I read every single one. Also, if you enjoyed the video, consider joining the channel membership to help support the channel. But if that's not possible, no worries at all. Just spread the word and share it with your fellow Dragon Ball fans. After all, the more love these videos get, the faster you'll see new pages of the story. Thank you so much for sticking with me all the way through. See y'all in the next part.